Masisi Radio.
You go through your life for a long time, you think that no one has ever suffered the way I've suffered. You know, my God. And then you realize, you read something, you hear something, and you realize that your suffering does not isolate you. That your suffering is your bridge. That many people have suffered before you. That many people have suffered before you.
Must then fall and still suffer its fear. It's all that I know and it's all I have here. Cold does in summer, you wait like a tear on the sidewalk in May. You are never as fleeting as when you sustain. Thank you. That first song was called The Cold, and I also included a speech, part of a speech by James Baldwin, an interview on suffering. And I'm gonna go over the run of show. Also, my name is Mikah, hello, nice to meet y'all. So the run of show today is a poem called Stone Stud Butterflies. If you're familiar with Stone Butch Blues, it is a play on that. An original song called Beetle, a poem called Beach, another interview with James Baldwin and Nikki Giovanni, an original song called Car Show, an original song called I Know a Drummer, an announcement, and for the second half of my show, I will be getting into some other songs that are a little more on the happier side, but yeah, I thought I could bring some joy into the set as well. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy. The following is called Stone Butch Butterflies, or Stud-like Chrysalides, or Stone Stud Butterflies, or Cocoa Butter. The following takes place on a made-up Tuesday at a time when it may as well be noon, near 163rd. No reason for the neighborhood to be as quiet as it is, except that its residents resent the butterflies for making summer start so soon, as if the wind from a butterfly's wings might have been enough to cool the sun. as if a butterfly's wings were not so similar to the cardboard fans they'd waved in unison, in prayer, in church, just 2 days before. Had the neighbors considered the heat and how stale air only aggravates it, circulates it, or tires out the limb? But there are possibilities. On the other side of an empty restaurant, a sound can be heard like the beating of 4 wings between butterflies. The first, an incredible listener, intentional and vengeful and dainty, like the needle of a cactus potted on the front porch of a grandmother dyke. The other carries the sapped nest or Spanish moss on the upper lip of an oak. She is sturdy, and kissing them hurts. They say, "When we kiss, you taste like cocoa butter. Where'd you get that scent, sweet lover? Did you forge a flower and break it up in a pestle and mortar, call it lover's dust? If my metaphors fall loosely off your tongue, forgive me. I'm stumbling, I'm young. I do not know which is the mortar and which is the pestle. I'm trying my best though, I'm crushing it. You find me corny and I'm loving it. 'Cause my mother raised me on grits and eggs and other shit. Like Mos Def, I am the stitched up rose that she sewed. In the flesh, sweet thing, and I'm dying to know. You got me stuck like honey, like pecans, like love. Is sugar and spice the only thing that you're made of? Mm-hmm. You stand on business too, I've heard. The beauty supply on 163rd, she whispers. I try to kiss her again, say, sorry, I'm a poor listener. Right, she laughs. You ever been? 'Cause you're cute and smooth-lipped, but your waves looking kinda dipped. To be frank, you need a brush, a heavy touch of Murray's and a soft stroking motion, a fresh coat of velvet, or satin, or the ocean. What's your favorite color? Lips still twisted, I tell them cocoa butter. Did you know it tastes like you and not the other way around? I made you smile, baby blue. And suddenly there is no sound. Studs get butterflies too, you know. And suddenly I am wondering, what plant produces cocoa butter? Thank you. All right. This next song is called Beetle. Naturally, it has begun again. I'm listening to you talk about outer space and how your last boyfriend was an asshole in the end. And I think you're like a black hole, but then again, last week I threw the song away. I told myself I'd write it up when the neighbors' fight was done, and then the rain washed out the sounds they made. And on the wall a rabbit took my shape. Did you know the month of June had gone when I finally found that shirt and tie and a song that makes me cry and put 'em on just to use a steakhouse coupon? And I meant to let you know, but I didn't call. And if I had just 2 more limbs, I'd hold you like a sweater in my palms. I'd let you carry me till I could crawl. And it makes sense if you don't understand. showing up, it's 1:30. I'm chewing on the roots of things you planted. Isn't it romantic? Why don't we dance for a little while? Just like we planned it. And if I had just 2 more limbs, I'd hold you like a sweater in my palms. I'd let you carry me till I could crawl. Thank you. All right, this next piece is called Beach. It's a poem. On the night of our last together death, I remember that salt and water could not be separated as they crashed against our shore. Water had never felt more alien, had never felt less like me. My body was made of stinging flesh and salted wounds, of fluid. She knew this, and listener, so do you. I'm missing something, she said, as we were walking in a way that felt like a natural, backwards progression into the vessel that had brought us there, the car. My earring. I gazed at the empty lobe all the way back to the stand, and we searched for 45 minutes or so, stretching and scratching at the tan earth between us. Our hands were big and narrow enough to dig and to sift, and likely to accidentally rebury. We met in the middle again, as the sand rebuilt itself through thrusting winds. She had not found it, and neither had I, and she was distressed, and I didn't understand. Oh shit, I'm missing something too, I said, laughter already bubbling up through my nose. What? She quizzed worriedly. I looked around, frantically, trying to push lightness into the air, but it remained very heavy. I realized I hate this moment before I make a sarcastic remark, which are things I find hard to distinguish from the truth myself. When the listener is oblivious, and the air heavy and still, and I realize I am just like the men who made me. I think my tits fell off in the water. And then, you're not fucking funny. And with all of Collins lit up by orange street lights, we rode the bus home, and each had the thought, alone, it is probably very easy to fall in love, to make heaviness, and much, much harder to love properly, to lift it. Thank you. All right. Lift it.
If I love you, I can't lie to you.
Of course you can lie to me, and you will. If you love me and you're going off with Maddie someplace, you're lying to me. Because what the hell do I care about the truth? I care if you're there. Well, Bill, hush now, don't explain.
All right, I accept that.
Of course you lie to me, because I don't even want to care. What does the truth matter? And why are you going to be truthful with me when you lie to everybody else? You lied when you smiled at that cracker down the job, right? Lie to me, smile. Treat me the same way you would treat him.
I can't treat you.
You must. You must. Because I've caught the frowns and the anger. He's happy with you. Of course he doesn't know you're unhappy. You grin at him all day long. You come on when I catch hell because I love you. I get least of you. I get the very minimum. And I'm saying, fake it with me. Is that too much of the black woman to ask of the black man? Frown.
downtown at the car show, leaning up against a blue Volvo. You stole my favorite record, I broke your heart. You never got even, but it's a start. I remember climbing your backyard tree. You were always so much stronger than me. And I'm sorry for what I did. Would it help if I told you that I still feel like a kid, running and scared of myself, shutting out everyone else? But I'll be 20 tomorrow, and all I wanna do is cry. Well, I've already made it this far, so I guess I just needed to apologize. Already made it this far, so I'm going downtown to the car show. Thank you. I'm afraid my hands could never hold a body if they needed to. Staring off the cliff, I'd bet my bones that I could beat them too. Break in and we both would see through. You asked me where I'd be 5 years from now, 5 years ago. I said I'd be the Reaper or somebody's telescope. Turns out you were listening, you never got too close. Do you still listen to the same songs that you did back then? And are you keeping time for yourself even when you're feeling jealous of the others in your band? How they don't think about the song after it ends. Pretending all my friends were in a wreck, driving on the freeway going 90 in the sunset. But probably it was late at night and no one could call me back. I guess it might have been a bit over dramatic, but sometimes loneliness can do that to a mind. It's true, I've never been through something quite that tragic, but the reason for my sadness is so hard to find. And I'm glad I'm playing one more show tonight, because I'm useless if the rhythm isn't close behind. Thank you. That song was called I Know a Drummer, and it'll be out on March 8th, 2026. You can follow me on Instagram at Mikah, Mikah.Amani, Amani, to see the visualizer and the song itself and get more announcements from me. I'm going to get into a slightly lighter mood now. This first extract is from The Spirit of Intimacy, Ancient Teachings and the Ways of Relationships, written in 1997 by Sobonfu Isome. The words gay and lesbian do not exist in the village, but there is the word gatekeeper. Gatekeepers are people who live a life at the edge between two worlds. The world of the village and the world of the spirit. What they do, they don't like to communicate to anyone. It is their right to keep what they do to themselves. Everybody in the village respects that, because without gatekeepers, there is no access to other worlds. Without gatekeepers, there is no access to other worlds. Without gatekeepers, there is no access to other worlds. Let a few songs play. These songs are called Swim and Amelia.
Do you wanna swim tonight? Do you wanna make it right with me? I can bring a light in case you forget. Just bring the cigarette. Do you wanna kiss away our fears? Do you wanna dance the way they did in Harlem 25? Slick back in a pipe. Take you back, and I swear one day I'll write a song about the sea. But every time I try, your name comes back to drown me. Do you wanna dive with me? Can you teach me how to breathe? Newport in your mouth, you make it to the top. I
Thank you. That was Swim. This next one is called Amelia. I chose to include these songs because they are from a little, maybe a month or 2-month long period that I consider like a happier era for me, in that I write a lot of sad songs because I believe that tapping into sadness allows us to experience joy, and it's really important to me that I honor those parts of myself. So I had a few months where I was like, I'm not writing any sad songs. I was like, I'm done with it, done with folk music. And so I thought I would include some songs from that period because I'm back to writing what I'm comfortable with, which is like very intense, emotionally indulgent, as I like to call it, folk music. And at the same time, these songs, I'm really proud of them, and they'll probably roll out later this year. So yeah, this next one is called Amelia. Okay. Sorry about that. So, yeah, it looks like I'm gonna run a little shorter than an hour. But before I do, I have about 4 more pieces to get through. And yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about myself. As I mentioned before, my name's Mikah Amani. I'm a black trans filmmaker, writer, and musician. Writing has been my first love. I think, yeah, I started writing poetry when I was about 5 years old, and recently got into music in like 2020. So that has been a really rewarding experience. This year last year, the end of last year, I released a song called Fig, I Want It All. And it's gotten really the most response that I've ever gotten on a piece of music. So I'm really proud of that. And yeah, like I said, songs are intense, emotionally indulgent, poetic, sad in a nutshell. And I operate kind of in my own process based off of the idea that sadness is essential and really important, and our sadness kind of makes us who we are in the sense that it allows us to experience the good things in life. So yeah, that's a bit about my work. And I'm gonna play a song called 18. Summer night in your room, you spoke like a sonnet, you moved like a flume, you made me want it. And autumn's a child, it takes and then it's honest. Out a life, we sang it like robins. And timing's not the villain, no, we wanted it to be. When it got cold last year, I covered these calluses with cotton and snow. My fingertips rotted. I'd heard of the thing, though I never saw it. I dreamt of the spring, and you made me want it. And timing's not the villain, no, we blamed it recklessly. And can you not see the eye of heaven shines? We were barely 18, though it felt like a lifetime. And timing's not the villain. This time was not the winner, and I miss you endlessly. Thank you. Like I said, I'll probably go until 6:45, 6:50, but I want to thank Masisi Radio for having me. I put this collage together of interviews, mostly by James Baldwin, songs of my own, excerpts from books, in that spirit of just tapping into emotion, being very holistic about it, and yeah, I hope that you have enjoyed the set. And yeah, this next one is a pretty iconic sample from James Baldwin. I called it, in my set list, Love Has Never Been a Popular Movement.
Love has never been, love has never been, love has never been, love has never been a popular movement. And no one's ever wanted really to be free. The world is held together, really it is held together by the love and the passion of very few people. Otherwise, of course, you can despair. Walk down the street of any city, down the street of any city, down the street of
Miami,
any afternoon, and look around you. What you got to remember is what you're looking at is also you. Everyone you're looking at is also you. You could be that person. You could be that monster. You could be that cop. And you have to decide in yourself not to be.
Would agree that you were reckless for trying to bring the ever-bearing tree away from Texas. A figless summer as a cruel an invitation. If time will not forgive you, you'll find somewhere else to waste it. So tender about your biannual bender, a subtle way to prove to your new friends you're not a quitter. I hear that all the bars are empty where you're going, so dancing on a drunken Friday night might feel like floating. Breathless summer waiting, the rind and fermentation. I want it all, fig, I want it all. You went away and left your rotting summer fragrance. I took our story for a spin while you were sleeping. I wrote it down at midnight and I think it's worth the reading. A sunless hour paints the world in quiet silver. Every word that you can speak I've written down, it's all familiar. Well, people loved it, they drank wine and danced in circles, enchanted through the night. The tree is gone and we're immortal. But I heard someone say that sacrifice is dangerous. Your memory's made of all the truths and lies that you've conflated. I want it all, I want it all. The breathless summer waiting, want it all, fig, I want it all. You went away and left your rotting summer fragrance.
Thank you. That was Fig, I Want It All. If you're interested in a lyric breakdown of that song, I did a interview with my friend Kay at bar.santini, and that's going to be releasing probably early next month. And I talk about all of the lyrics to the song and, yeah, what they mean to me and where my head was at when I wrote it, etc. But yeah, that is about my set. I want to thank, again, Masisi Radio, everyone here for having me and for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Mikah Amani. You can follow me at mikah.amani on Instagram. Thank you.